do our research more, to deep dive into, you know, the Power Platform Admin Center. That center drives everything we do in Microsoft Dynamics Finance and Operations. Now, quickly, we're going to be looking at the when we now, as part of your Power Platform or Lifecycle Services, we have Microsoft Dynamics has its own implementation approach, its own project management methodology. Just like in SAP, we have what we call Activate methodology. In Dynamics, the methodology we use is called Success by Design. Again, guys, you cannot say you have been, and this is for people going for interviews. Please, you need to mention these tools. I can't overemphasize it, right? And I've said it times without number that your interview it's a challenge. You're not the only one there, right? It's a competition for the best. The only way you can stand out is when you understand, and you understand the system, understand the foundations of the system, and you can use, the methodologies that drive the system. You understand them, and you can talk about them, when whether you're asked or not. Once you mention business process, implementation, project, you must talk about success by design. Once you say, I have been part of a project, you must mention the methodology you followed as being part of that project. Once you say you gathered requirements, you must mention the type of requirements you gathered. Once you said you did testing, you must mention the type of testing you did. That is why a lot of us don't pass the interviews. We just say blank words. We just say, oh, I supported end-to-end testing. What kind of test did you do? And what was the success of those tests? You can say, oh, I gathered requirements. What kind of requirements did you gather? So it's important that, when we go for these sessions, we we have to, you know, go a step further, because a lot of people will just say these things. But if you have few minutes to just 1, 2, 3 seconds to go a little bit further and explain them, then you are better positioned. Again, looking at success by design, it is the project management methodology. It is the best practice that Microsoft has given to every customer, or to those implementing Dynamics, to adopt best practices when they are implementing Dynamics. And one of those ways is to follow the project management methodology that has been set out by Dynamics. That's again, if you, that's something you must mention again, like I've said. So it's called Success by Design. Now, introduction to suspect to success by design. Now, if you look at it, success by design, let me see. Yes, success by design is a framework. Now, please listen carefully and take your notes. And again, remember to to make sure you understand these things, do your research, and add them to your library of knowledge in terms of dynamics. So, success by design is a framework developed by Microsoft to support project teams in delivering successful Dynamics D365 implementations. So, it's that framework that Microsoft has set apart to deliver on implementation. Its primary objective is to democratize best practice. Again, this is one English that must come out from your mouth when you discuss implementation. And of course, make proven implementation guidance available to the entire Dynamics 365 community. It's about best practice, it's about standards, it's about methodology. So you don't just go in there and just start designing the system. No, there is an approach that you're supposed to adopt. And again, that's why most of these ERP projects fail. We don't, so many people don't understand, don't and use this methodology. They don't follow best practice. They just go into the system, and before you know it, everything is all messed up. Again, that's why we're learning so that we can have these conversations. If you're currently in Dynamics or you're currently working, and you're interfacing with Dynamics, you should ask questions around, what approach are we using? Why are we not using success by design? What's it about and how did we apply it? Is it agile? Is it not agile? No, you should not be very inquisitive about how this framework has helped your company or how it has used or how it will help in your new assignments. We've talked about what is success by design. We just did a brief definition. Now, success by design is built from thousands of real world D365 F&O customer projects. So they have analyzed a lot of projects that's been implemented by a lot of customers, and they have come out with a methodology. It represents the combined implementation experience of Microsoft and its ecosystem, right? And that is really what success by design is all about. So it is, provides, it provides that topic, topic specific reviews, gives guidance to teams, suggest or, advice on approaches and best practices, support with risk mitigation frameworks and all that. So the goal really is to create a reliable pathway for project success. That is why we have success by design, is to guide teams teams that implement projects to understand what is the best practice on how to implement these projects. Sometimes a lot of projects don't adhere to these best practices, and sometimes they pay the price for it. So success by design provide that structured guidance, like I've said, proven approaches and recommended